I kind of want to just throw marriage out the window. Why not just get rid of it because of the fact that it doesn't work for straight couples anymore? There's, yeah.
Also, it's just a piece of paper.
I think it's between whoever wants to do it. If that's what they choose to do, and that's what you want to do, and have a whole ceremony, whatever. Some people don't even have ceremonies, and they're not married by a priest, whatever. It doesn't matter if that's what you choose to do. But I think that when it goes into the us and them, they should have a different word for marriage. I mean, that's just racist, period. Which, I mean, that's what they did to black people, that they had to have their own, marriages and stuff back, in slavery days and stuff. I mean, it kind of goes into the same.
Or like, let's not call it a school, let's call it something else, because that's what.
Right, it's the same thing. I just think that it's just really ridiculous and like sad because I mean, civil rights and all that, all these things, it's like so played out. Like it's already we've been here, done that. And if people just kind of accepted people for who they are and quit looking through their little goggles and putting everybody into a box, the world will go around much easier. I mean, who cares what he's doing over there, what she's doing? I don't care because she's not paying my bills. That's how I see it. And being black, I'm straight, I'm black, I'm a woman, and I get discriminated all the time. So if I added lesbian, this and that, I mean, just give it to me, And there's a whole bunch of other things out there that I just think that just because they're gay or lesbian, it's the same thing of the whole racist thing of being black and white.
Exactly.
That we've been struggling with because I was born this way.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying.
And people impose the same arguments that you guys are having right now, people impose that on black people that God didn't make them, and that we were monkeys, and we were this and that. I'm saying that was the argument back then, just like you're having this argument now about gays, it was the same thing. And so, I just think that people should judge on their, not judge people, and just live their lives and let other people, and who cares if they get married, or if, John and John get married, or if Kate and Kate get married. I mean, who cares?
I agree. Totally. And this lady right here is right. What's your name, ma'am?
Mary Lynn.
Mary Lynn. If you're right, we agree totally. But I mean, this lady here, what's your name, ma'am? Katie. She was pressing the other point, which is where I feel that eventually it will go because some people may want to do it. Some extreme.
Some people want to challenge it.
Yeah, not you. Maybe not John. I mean, he's respectful. I've met people that are respectful. As far as marriage, yeah, I believe that even if you want the word, I don't care. I just think that as long as people can practice their religion the way they want to, fine. That's all. So I'm in agreement with you guys.
Yeah. So so you're saying that if gays want to get married, you're okay with it. So let's say if there was a vote, there was something on the ballot that said
for it.
You would vote
I would vote
for gay marriage.
Yes, even being conservative, yes. Because it's your God-given right. And I can't take that from you. But at the same time, I don't believe that you can force the church, all churches.
That's what Mary Lynn was talking about.
Right.
The church
That's
is
what I'm
not
saying.
being able
She's saying that they're not doing that right now. I know that. I understand that. She made that point very
clear. I really
clear.
don't think that there's anything in the Constitution that would enable the government to force any church to do anything again. I really don't think there's any constitutional.
You never know.
It's a far-fetched thing.
One of the reasons it comes up is you've got pharmacists and physicians who are required by law to prescribe birth control and do other things that they're religious beliefs, but they're not pastors running a church. They're pharmacists at Safeway,
right?
And they have to follow the law. They can't go in if they don't want to do that. Then they need to find a way of practicing in a location with customers that they don't want.
Being
but
reasonable.
That's
all
I. Nobody would do that to a pastor.
Okay, now I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, I have to say that I think the issue of gay marriage and all of the hype and negative topics about it is just ridiculous. Marriage, I think that everyone should be able to get married if they want to get married, because marriage shouldn't even be a religious aspect in the first place. Marriage is about love. It's supposed to represent love and commitment, and it's supposed to be something that you commit with another person, saying, I want to be with you for as long as I live. That's what that marriage is supposed to represent, not God is, you can do that, of course, but I also think that there shouldn't have to be another name for it. For there to be another name, it's like I think John, you said, it's like if interracial marriage, giving that a different name, it's ridiculous to do that. I think gay marriage, should just be marriage.
Words change over time.
Words are words.
Yeah.
So how do we feel about gay adoption, Floyd?
church marriages. Okay? Even if, there was no discussion of marriages of any other religion or any other place. I mean,
No, I said that the church is not the only place to get married.
And I said that marriage should only happen in church or in a court.
Yeah, you can have a marriage ceremony anywhere you want.
Right. No, it's not just a Christian thing, or it's not just in the judge's room.
I think that's the only place where there's like controversy though, is just the Christian.
Where it's ordained by God,
Yeah.
it's different. That's the whole
What are you saying, Mark?
Other religions are saying the
we
same
believe.
thing, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when you take the religious applications out,
Yeah.
when you take that out, then it's just.
But that's not fair.
It becomes, well, I
That's
believe
not
you're doing
fair.
it between, I mean, you can if you go to a church that,
Because there are
That-
gay Christians.
well, what I'm saying is they have churches that already marry gay people. But that was my whole fear. Is what I'm trying to tell you is that for some Christians, the majority of them, they go by the Bible, let's say, as a reference point. I have to go back there because that's my reference point. Like, you guys are pulling from your strength. You're pulling from what you know and what you believe, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And if I go there, marriage for me, I was gonna, address her. For me, for you, that is a great idea for you. That's marriage. That, to you, two people come together, but for me, it's much more than that. It is me standing before God Himself and taking vows that the woman I love, I will vow to treat her with respect. I will love her, cherish her for the rest of my life. And I take that vow very seriously, and I take that in front of God. So when you take God out of it, it's different. For you, it's a different thing. And I'm saying, if you want to take God out of the picture for you, if that doesn't mean anything for you, fine. But for me and other people that believe the way I believe, we just want to have the right to do that. Because for us,
say
that's
if
what
I
it's
wanted to
about.
put God in. Say if I wanted
just
to
saying
get
you
married
can do
to
whatever you
another
want,
woman,
just
and
allow
I wanted God to recognize it
Christians
because
to do
God loves everybody.
Right.
God judges. It's not supposed. The way I see it, God's not supposed to be judgmental. God loves everybody as they are because everybody is in God's own image. That's how I see that. And I know we're going into the Christian area again, so I'm trying not to sway that way too much.
No, you're right. God does love everyone.
So
But He does have rules.
I have one last thing. This is really my last thing. We're running a dead horse.
Yeah.
We're saying the exact same things over
Sorry.
and over
I
and
apologize.
over.
But we're looking at it more differently, though.
Not really. We're literally saying the
From
same
different
thing.
angles. Well, we're talking about
I'm gonna
marriage.
stop you guys because
We're
you're running out of
talking
time,
about
so we need to
adoption.
go on to adoption.
I feel that.
The adoption. The adoption, insemination.
There's so many kids in foster care, why shouldn't gays and lesbians be able to adopt? Right now, it's so hard for anyone to adopt that why shouldn't we? And I do know your stance on this one, and please keep your hands out of my face.
Does that mean he's gonna be pointing at me?